Hello everyone, this is Julie Bartkus. I'm delighted to present you with this quick tutorial on customizing and editing your newsletter. The first thing I'd like you to know is that you can change anything you want to about this publication. As you probably figured out by now, we've got two publications that are posted for you every month. One is our team connection, and the other is the happy parent. If you don't want to use our headers that were created, you can actually have your own created and you could plop them right in. And our art department is willing to do those for you. So if you're looking for a customized header, please let us know. But if you don't like this one, all you have to do is cut it and insert one that you would like. It's that simple. And this is our December, our Team Connection newsletter. We're getting ready to post this in just a couple of days for you. And what you'll see here are all the articles that we have laid out, and this is what you'll be getting. You'll be able to download it very easily in Word format. And if you don't like any article that's included in this publication, you can easily swap it out for another one. And another publication that we have posted for you every month is Leadership Advantage. And this is a publication containing over 20 pages of content. And if you don't like an article that we have included here, you can go right over to the Leadership Advantage and select a different one. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So even if you don't like our funny bones section and you don't like what we've selected or written here, you can go to the Leadership Advantage and you'll find a full page of humor, typically, that you can select from. This month, I'm going to change, on this tutorial, I'm going to change the article, Did You Know This About Bananas? So what I would like to do is replace this one, and I'm just going to take you through my editing process and how I would go about doing that in the quickest and most effective way. And one thing that you should really realize as I'm doing this tutorial is that I'm working in Word 2000. And your Word may be different, so some of the tips and tricks that you have to implement may be different than the ones that I've had to come up with. So please be aware of that some of the different Word versions will work differently, but I will take you through it, how I go through it in my publication. So what I'm going to do is to replace this article. Whoops, did you know about bananas? And if there are questions that you have that are unanswered, please feel free to ask them. We really want to make this a wonderful tool for you. And I know there's frustration sometimes when you're learning new templates and different things like that and the editing. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to use the Contact Us form on this website to shoot your question over to us about the newsletters, or you can contact my assistant Melanie directly, melanie@lcforcc.com. So I'm going to replace Did You Know About Bananas? And I want to use a different article, so I'm going to highlight the entire thing. Then, in order to clear out all the formatting that's there, I'm going to do Edit, Clear. This will help me so that when I do insert my new article, I may decide I want to center the header and left justify the text. By clearing it out, it makes it easier for me to be able to do those things. Sometimes formatting stays there even if you just click delete or cut, and then when you paste in your new article, you're going to be subjected to centering everything or left justifying everything. So if you simply go to edit and then clear, I found that to be the quickest way to really put in a new article along with some new formatting. Then I'm going to go over to my Leadership Advantage, and this is the publication that has over 20 pages of content that you can incorporate into your publication. So I'm going to click on that, and I found an article here that I would like to include on hot tomatoes. So I am going to copy this, and I'm simply going to come back over here to my publication, and I am just going to edit and paste. And you may want to play around with your paste function. Sometimes I have to use paste special to get it in a decent format that I could work with. Otherwise, sometimes like this one, I just did a straight paste. So you do have to play with it. The first thing I want to look at is what's the formatting of this article. There's a couple things I want to check. Right now I'm using New Times Roman 11. So I'm going to make sure that it went on Times New Roman 11. And if you do need more room, you could always adjust this. It's not uncommon in newsletters to have a main article be at 11 and then down below 10.5, 10, so you can play with the fonts to see what will fit. So this font, it's set at New Times Roman or Times New Roman 11, and I'm fine with that. Then what I found happens sometimes is that the spacing will switch from single to multiple. So I'm always checking my spacing. So I go up to Format and then Paragraph, and I check to make sure my line spacing is at single, because I have been in here working in the publications before, and when I'm changing things, for some reason my line spacing changes to multiple. So that might be something that you just want to be on the lookout for. If it is set at multiple, it will take up twice the amount of space as it does when it's at single. So that's why I check that. So the article itself looks good. What I want to do is change the header. And remember when I said before about using the clear option allows you to change the justification? When I haven't done that, it won't let me justify things like if I try to center hot tomatoes, it will take this whole content and shift it over as well. So it will center everything as opposed to just the title. So that's why that clear feature is important. What I've been using for my headers, or at least in this issue, I like Quill Script. I think it adds a nice personal touch to the newsletter, and I typically go about 20, see what fits. So this article is all about hot tomatoes, and this is great. And the next thing I would like to do is to incorporate a picture in this, because pictures really draw our attention to some of those articles. I use Microsoft Publisher to get my clip art. You may have different programs that you use. So what I'm going to do is go over to Publisher, and I selected a clip art picture here that I like, and the only thing that I need to do is go copy, and then I could come over here. Now there's a little bit of a trick, and this is working in Word 2000 that I found this, is that I can't paste it right inside of the text frame. So basically I scroll up to the top where there's not a text frame, and then I select, so I'll go up here so you can see it, then I select Paste, and you'll see it plops in my article. Now it's a little big, so we're going to take this down dramatically, and you'll see that I already changed the picture to be grayscale. If you want to add color to your newsletters, you could feel free to do so, and that's a quick, easy thing to do. And what I like to do with my picture is to have it lay in front of the text. And this one already formatted it, but this was a real challenge for me when I was first starting to work with these templates, is I couldn't figure out how to get this to lay in front so I could move it around quickly. I tried right-clicking and using my format picture, and that didn't work. So what I had to do was activate my drawing toolbar. Make sure the picture's selected, click on my drawing toolbar, text wrapping, and then I choose in front of text. And that's the trick. It was already formatted here, but I really want you to see this step because it tripped me up for a long time. So you have to enable your drawing toolbar, click on draw, text wrapping, and then in front of text. Now one that I also use is behind text. So then your text is over your picture, and sometimes that's a real cute effect. But for the purpose of this article, I'm going to leave it back in front. And you'll see it's a little big here. And the one thing that I do have to do, since it is in front, is that it doesn't wrap around the text or anything like that. So basically I just use, really old-fashioned, is my Enter key. But to make sure that it only spaces once, hold down my Shift key and then hit Enter. So Shift key, Enter, and Shift key, Enter, and Shift key, Enter. Okay. So now you'll see my article, and it is spaced around the picture so I could have that there. And then you'll notice here that it added a little space. I'm going to take that out. Oops, and put this back up. And that is some basics of just getting your newsletter edited. And like I said with the picture, that was one of the biggest things that I was getting stuck on, was really how to format that. So enabling your drawing toolbar was a key for me, and then you could do a text wrapping. And I found that I like in front of text or behind text, and then I use my space key to just space these things out. And remember to use your Shift Enter. If you just go Enter, it's going to put in 2 spaces. So you don't want that. So Shift Enter will get you on the next line. So again, Shift Enter. So if you want it to look a little bit more even. So that's some of the fundamentals. I'll be updating these tutorials as we get more questions in. And the most important thing to remember is that you can replace anything. Working with your photos, enabling your draw toolbar. Check your spacing here to make sure it's single space, and then use your Shift Enter key when spacing out your lines. And again, these are tips and tricks that have worked for me working in Word, Microsoft Word 2000. If your version is 2007 or 2009, your tips and tricks may be a little bit different. So please feel free to contact us using our Contact Us form or email melanie@lc4cc.com with any questions, concerns, or things you're getting stuck on, and we will gladly answer your questions. I'm Julie Bartkus, and I'll be back with more tutorials in the near future.